Hello, this is Crystal Racing with my pre-season predictions for the Drivers and the Constructors Championships. Now, taking a quick look here at the final testing results of pre-season testing in Barcelona. In the second week of pre-season testing, Ferrari and Mercedes are extremely close. Toro Rosso have set some amazing lap times, but I'll tell you where I think they're going to finish up later on. And then of course Alfa Romeo and Haas have drifted off a bit, whilst McLaren haven't quite kept up their early form due to the fact that the car isn't quite that good in race pace. So I'm going to show you the first prediction now. Williams are going to finish 10th in the constructor standings, and Kubica and Russell will struggle to score any points unless of course there's a fluke result at some point. Testing has not really gone well, they are miles off, and quite frankly this is the easiest one to make. 9th place will be Racing Point, with, I have to say, pre-season testing not being that great either, but of course their car has occasionally looked quick, but I would not put that much money on them having too much of a great season, I'm afraid. 8th place is Toro Rosso, who have been very quick, and I have been impressed at times with the speed of their car, although of course they are a lot more familiar with the Honda power unit than the senior Red Bull team are at this point in time. McLaren are my tip to finish 7th. Yes, at first I did originally predict them to finish last, but at least they've shown a bit of solid pace. However, the team do seem to be a bit disappointed, saying that they thought it would be at least 2 seconds faster, which I think was a bit too optimistic. 6th place, it's Haas. Fairly quick in the first week, however I'm not entirely sure the car is as good as they thought it was going to be, and to be honest, 6th place would be a decent finish for the Haas team, considering how erratic their drivers and their team can be. And now here's 5th place, it's Renault, and now I'm going to explain why I think Renault will finish 5th. Hulkenberg and Ricciardo will be very closely matched. Whilst Renault do have a solid power unit, their chassis hasn't progressed as well as other team chassis have done in the past 18 months or so. It's a tough one because I'm not entirely sure what's it. I mean, there's a lot of hype around the team due to the fact they signed Daniel Ricciardo, but just because you get a good driver like Ricciardo, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be amazing. And I think Red Bull and one certain other team are going to get the jump on them as the development over the season develops. 4th place will be Alfa Romeo, who of course have been rebranded after Sauber have pretty much decided to give up their name, although of course Fiat's options to buy the team outright has not been completed yet, although of course they could do this by this summer. I think Alfa Romeo, considering their progress when they were Sauber during last season, was tremendous. They went from being having the slowest car to having arguably the 4th fastest car by the end of last season, and although the second week of testing has not been as good due to mechanical failures, I think the team will recover, and I think Kimi will take advantage and finish 5th place for himself in the championship, whilst Giovinazzi will develop over the season. Red Bull are my tip to finish 3rd. I think the Honda power unit is going to be quite unreliable again, because of course Honda have admitted that they'll probably have to take a few grid penalties towards the end of the season. Max Verstappen will pull off a few miracles, I'm sure of that, but he will not be fighting for the championship, whilst Gasly will be forced into a supporting role. second place, it is going to be Mercedes. Yes, that's right, folks. I think the Mercedes domination could well be over. Although they did close in on Ferrari on the last day with a lap that was only 3,000 slower than Hamilton did behind Vettel. However, I think Mercedes will finally run out of gas due to the fact they have struggled a bit with aerodynamic development. And my tip to win both championships are Ferrari and Sebastian Vettel. I think this is surely got to be it now. Let's face it, with a revamped management, a new second driver in Charles Leclerc, I think there's going to be a lot of energy going into this season. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you again next time. Crystal Racing and out.